All right, and so we start with this one. The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has asked the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation, and Fiscal Commission (RAMFAC) to retreat over its plan to upwardly review the remuneration packages of political office holders. RAMFAC chairman Mohammed Shehu had recently disclosed that President Bola Tinubu earns 1.5 million naira monthly, while ministers get less than 1 million naira. Yes, while saying that, he also said the figures have been like that since 2008. He said it was wrong. However, the president of the NLC, Joe Ajero, described the move as insensitive, unjust, inequitable, and will only succeed in deepening the growing inequality between civil servants and political office holders.
Well, the NLC has actually voiced the concerns of most Nigerians, but legally speaking, there is nothing wrong with the review of the salary and allowances of political office holders. The last time a review of this nature was done was in 2008. Since 2008, the minimum wage has been reviewed many times. That is just the truth. Our law says there would be periodic review, both for the minimum wage, those who earn based on that, and the political office holders. But realistically speaking, do the political office holders need this review? The answer is no. You and I know very well that they don't need their salaries. Their salaries cannot even get them the kind of drink that they drink at a sitting. Just over the weekend, the Akwa Ibom State Governor trended all over the place of how he was bragging that if you hear any of his PA, that's personal assistant, complain or say that he earns less than 1 million naira, it means the person is lying. That's his PA, PAs. So that should give you an idea of what SSAs earn, of what commissioners earn, of what DGs earn, of what the lawmakers earn. So for me, this is nothing but a distraction. We should talk about something else. Is it the governors? We heard that the president's salary is 1.5 million, but can Ramfak be bold enough to tell us what President Bola Tinubu collects as security votes at the end of every month? So for me, these are the places we should focus on. The lawmakers, their constituency allowance. We heard from some lawmakers that it has gone up to 1 billion naira. What are they doing with it? These are the things we expect NLC to talk about, not the meager salary of 1.5 million naira that the president can even, his breakfast alone can even cost more than that. So for me, security vote for governors, president, local government chairman should be the talking point. Why should a sitting governor be collecting more than 500 billion naira at the end of every month in the guise of security vote? And to think that they have the prerogative to spend that money the way they want. Local government chairmen or mayors are at the mercy of governors. Some of them get as much as 150 million, some 200 million naira, depending on the state. At the end of every month, what are they doing with it? So if someone is getting these amounts of money, why should 1.5 million naira matter to the person? So, so
Well,
we should be
I think
realistic.
this is quite obvious. If you say, I mean, before now, however, don't forget that, some persons who are supporting it because they are in that class, as it were, like the central bank governor. He did say that his salary was, I think, about five, six, seven times that of the president, just to support, the fact that they need a raise. Bottom line here is this: when you hear 1.5 million, I mean, Nigerians deserve to know. After the 1.5 million, what next?
Exactly. That should be the talking point.
What next? If that is the truth, then we can as well say that apart from the president, the governors, the local government chairman, that all politicians should do this job on part-time basis. In the 365 days of the year, how many times do politicians, particularly those in the legislature, how many times do they sit? That is the scheduled seats, the plenaries. There are those who don't go at all for more than, let's say, 100 times in a year. If at all, cumulatively, on schedule, it's even up to 100. Because they can sit for 2 weeks and go on 4 weeks recess. They can come back, sit for another 2, 3 weeks and go for another 6 weeks recess. Why don't we make politics and political office holdings very, very unattractive, such that only those who want to serve, those who feel for Nigerians, will go into those offices? As a matter of fact, it becomes so attractive that the electioneering process is a do or die thing, and we all see it every day. Only recently we had, by-elections, and we know what happened. Now we know that, there were those who were sharing money, there were those who were buying votes. In some places there were fights, thugs, took over the whole place. And it ended with the news there because the talks were being sponsored and they are within the political class, which we mentioned earlier. Yes, we are all politicians, but let me tell you, who are the politicians overseeing the affairs? The ordinary citizens of Nigeria. How much do they earn? Now, when we talk about 70,000 naira minimum wage, it's just for government workers. And how many are government workers? Even within the public service, we can say government, service, there are those who earn more than others. There are some ministries that have parastatals that those who work in the parastatals earn far more than those in the parent ministries. And so, why is RAMFAC not looking at this? We live in a country where for civil servants to get 70,000 naira, it was a tug of war. Negotiations right, left, and center. Anyway, before Ajero started talking, Nigerians have actually said in unison, as I said earlier, that it will be insensitive, it will be inhuman. I mean, this is not something these people should be talking about because we know them. In spite of the review only being done in 2008, don't we see the lifestyle of politicians? Where a minister writes a Rolls Royce to a birthday party,
brand new,
phantom. What are we talking about? I think it's even autobiography. Listen, the political office holders are earning enough, and they have all the jaras enough to do whatever they want to as far as money is concerned. I thought RAMFAC should have been saying that, the 70,000 naira with the current reality of things is not enough. And so for that reason, they want to increase the salaries of the civil servants. Those of us in the private sector, well, we don't get off there now. Now jump and pass we our own. It's a pity anyway.
Indeed. Well, the point this morning for me is people shouldn't really blame the RAMFAC chairman or the officials of RAMFAC. They are only doing their job.
But somebody is beating the drum somewhere.
No, Bonnie, the law establishing RAMFAC, you may want to take a look at the law. It clearly states there would be periodic review of salaries and allowances of political officers. The man is simply
and
doing
everyone
his
else
job.
too.
Exactly.
So why is it a tug of war when it comes to others?
The truth is, let's be realistic. Since 2008, there have been changes in the minimum wage, but the allowances and salaries of the political office holders have remained the same. So for me, the man is simply doing his job. That's what the law says. So it's now left for Nigerians to say, okay, my lawmaker in the National Assembly, based on what politicians are earning, please, can you people touch that law? That the politicians today are earning so much, they don't even need their salaries. We've heard politicians campaign on that. That when I become the governor, I don't need a salary, I'll use the salary and establish a school. We've heard people say they will not touch security votes. We've heard all manner of promises. But at the end of the day, our reality is politicians can survive with this or without this paltry salary. For me, it shouldn't even be the talking point. Our talking point should be the security votes that runs into hundreds of billions of naira, the constituency allowances that our lawmakers get at the end of every quarter. So these are the things we should be talking about. How can we justify that a country that pays or struggle that pays to pay 70,000 naira as minimum wage, that same country, somebody is getting over 500 billion naira as security votes, one person, and the person has the right to spend it the way he wants without any question?